Hi, my name is Danny Labanter, and I'm a technical marketing engineer with the enterprise team here in Cisco. Cisco Software-Defined Access enhances control of communications by providing software-defined segmentation and policy enforcement based on endpoint characteristics. Now, whether you've considered or are in the process of deploying SD-Access, you'll have probably come across terms like macro and micro segmentation. In this video, we will explain what exactly these terms mean within SD-Access, as well as show how they are configured in Cisco DNA Center. A virtual network, also known as a VN, is considered the first level of segmentation within the fabric, and what is referred to as macro segmentation. In essence, a VN is basically a VRF within the fabric, providing an isolated network. When an endpoint is onboarded to the fabric, it is assigned to a VN, which is bind to one or more IP address pools. Now by default, VNs cannot communicate with one another, but this can be accomplished by using a fusion device, which can be a firewall or router. There are a few steps when creating a virtual network on Cisco DNA Center. First, we'll have to create the VN under the policy section. We'll then add that VN to the fabric site and bind an IP pool to it. Once the changes are saved, the configuration will be pushed to the fabric edge devices. Let's see how this is actually done on Cisco DNA Center, and once we've completed it, we can take a look at the end result on the fabric edge devices. We're on the Cisco DNA Center dashboard, and we'll create the VN under the policy. Go to Virtual Network, and we'll call this VN HR. Save it. Once completed, we can go to the fabric site that I've pre-configured. And if we look closely, I have two fabric edge devices here. We'll go to the host onboarding section and add that VN that we just created from the policy. Once that's complete, we can now bind an IP pool to the VN. I'm going to use a subnet that I've already carved out before. Call it HR 172.16.10.0 with a /24. And we'll press update. At this time, I should now see this VN created on my fabric edge device. And as you can see on the monitor, a VLAN 1031 has just appeared. Here you can see that the VLAN is binded with a VRF of HRVN, what we just created. And if I look at the VLAN names, I can see 1031 with that name of the subnet we carved out binded to the VN. So in essence, when an endpoint is onboarded to this VLAN, it's actually binded to this virtual network that we see here above. Now that we understand the concept of macro segmentation, let's take a further look within the VN. When onboarding endpoints to a VN, we can manage the level of access control between these endpoints by assigning them with scalable group tags, also known as SGTs. This is also considered the second level of segmentation and is referred to as microsegmentation. Let's take a look at Cisco DNA Center and see how these are actually applied. On the Cisco DNA Center, we'll return back to the policy section where we originally created the virtual network HR_VN, which is our macro segment. And by applying these scalable group tags from the left into the VN, we are actually defining microsegmentation. The last step would be defining the access control between these scalable group tags. This can be done by applying what we call a contract. And you can see how this is done by watching our additional videos in our SDA YouTube channel. This completes our video. Be sure to check out our YouTube channels providing additional software-defined topics as well as Identity Services Engine.